So his new party was emblematic of that sort of middle tealy kind of, middle sort of centrist, rich elite, progressive types that I find very, 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 very nauseating.
I don't like clowns.
Video of 5 count and roll.
What does true leadership look like?
One of the big differences between the first term, everybody was fighting me. In this term, everybody wants to be my friend. I don't know. My personality changed or something. But I had, as you know, I had Sundar from Google, but I also had Sergey. And we do have Jeff Bezos, Amazon, coming in sometime during the week.
They are scared, and they should be.
For what they have done.
Too
conservative.
Voices.
Well, Justin Trudeau looks set to resign after 2 of his ministers resigned within minutes of each other. Here is the opposition leader, Pierre Poilievre, explaining, whilst on the floor of Parliament, the chaos that ensued and has led to him possibly standing down any minute now.
The finance minister resigned the day she was to present the fall budget, which was going to contain a massive deficit overrun. The job then went automatically to the industry minister, who immediately resigned, like on the spot, which then went down the line, and the next person in order was the famous 2 Randys. Why won't the Prime Minister have the courage to come in here, present it himself, and put it for a confidence vote tonight?
Now, this is very exciting because if Trudeau does indeed go down, it's going to lead to elections where Conservatives are highly likely to romp it in.
give the people what they want.
Trolling in true Trump style, calling Justin Trudeau Governor Justin Trudeau. But it's funny because Justin Trudeau just a couple of weeks ago was calling himself a feminist and saying how sad it was that America rejected electing a female president not once but twice. And then here he is having a thought with his female finance minister. But, I think this is the Trump effect in action happening that we're seeing over in Canada as well, because Justin Trudeau has just been known as being a woke leader. With if you look at his track record, it's for he's got a carbon tax, he's decriminalised weed. What else? He's got the immigration crisis in Canada as well. We're going to play a bit of Justin Trudeau. Should we do it now?
Yes,
Here he is with
it.
his grand plan about plastic bottles.
And what do you and your family do to cut back on plastics?
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of plastic. Away from plastic towards paper, like drink box water bottles, sort of things.
Great, you're a soy boy beta cuck.
Paper water bottles. There you go. I saw a poll recently that said that Justin Trudeau is heading to be one of the worst prime ministers on record. That's how Canadians are feeling at the moment. There's vision of him getting heckled.
Prime Minister, you guys, clear path here. Clear path, please. Clear path.
It gives you the right to continue. It gives you the right to stay in office. You failed Canada. You've ruined our country. You're done. Walk away. You don't have an ounce of your father's integrity. At least he walked in the snow. You've ruined this country. Everyone around you is running from you. They're abandoning you. Christian Freeland, Sean Fraser, they've all left you. It's time for you to go. It's time for Canada to have an election. You're not the king. You're not the king of this country. You are not our king. You are a public servant and you have failed.
I don't think too many people are going to be sad to see him go.
No, no one's going to be sad to see this finance minister go, because this is the witch that froze the accounts of peaceful protesters during the Canadian... They were just protesting the Canadian government's tyrannical measures during the pandemic. She went so far as to freeze their accounts. So more goodbye and good riddance to bad rubbish.
Good riddance.
Justin Trudeau just looks so insufferably smug. So his new party was emblematic of that sort of middle tealy kind of, middle sort of centrist, rich elite progressive types that I find very, very, very nauseating.
Getting that shot really was an amazing feeling. It hits you.
And welcome to Hannity. And tonight, momentum surrounding the incoming Trump White House is picking up speed. The once constant hate hysteria is dissipating right in front of your very eyes. Democrats, Republicans, business leaders, and world leaders, they are all now coalescing around the president-elect and are eager to work with his incoming administration. Now, the only so-called resistance that Trump still faces is coming from inside the Biden administration, which has some of the lowest approval numbers in the history of our country. We're going to bring you more on all of the ways that Biden is attempting to sabotage the incoming president-elect, who was given a huge mandate by you, the American people.
We the people.
MAGA, now the Republican Party.
Oh, MAGA is the Republican Party, and Donald Trump is the Republican Party today. Look, the Republican Party has become the party of the working class, middle class voter. And you've got to give Donald Trump credit for having done that, taken that away from the Democrats.
Are you entertaining the idea of preemptive strikes against Iran's nuclear facilities?
Against who?
Against Iran's nuclear facilities?
Well, I can't tell you that. I mean, it's a wonderful question, but how can am I going to do preemptive strikes? Why would I say that? Can you imagine if I said yes or no? You'd say, that was strange that he answered that way. Am I going to do preemptive strikes on Iran? Is that a serious question? How could I answer a question like that?
Great answer.
That is the perfect answer. That is a perfect example of peace through strength. And let me answer it for the president. The Iranians know that he's more than capable and willing of doing such without drawing red lines or committing to some kind of new war. Now, back at home, President Trump is also truthful and direct when it comes to the mystery of these flying objects over the Northeast. Take a look.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment.
I'm not running a story about aliens walking among us.
And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster. Want to know the truth? They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence briefing on the drones?
I don't want to comment on that.
Now, if your government didn't know, now think about this. If they didn't know and the first sighting was nearly a month ago, don't you think there'd be a greater sense of urgency? Look, I truly believe, I hope, Donald Trump is right. That lack of urgency and inaction surrounding the drones would be pretty scary if they're actually a mystery to our government, to our military, and our intelligence community. Think about that. How scary would it be if your government, our military, our intelligence apparatus did not know where these drones came from, who's operating them, and what their capabilities are?
Aliens probing your butt.
Don't be suspicious, 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 don't be suspicious. ¿Quién fue? He's actually doing that.
It is a messed up world.